Oh well, another glorious summer's day, as you can see. Have to watch out for gravel today. We've had that much rain. It'll be washed all over the roads. Well, I've had this bike a year now. It's just been in for its MOT. Which passed okay. So, what do I think? Was it a good buy? It certainly was. It's a bit heavier than I would have liked, but there, if you like a bike and you want it, you go and get it regardless, don't you? After the initial problems I had with it, it's been fine since. Once I carried out the service on it, sorted the misfire out, it's fine. Lovely bike. Go to it and it starts every time. Don't get, excuse me, you don't get numb hands. My bottom gets a little bit sore after 200 mile, with a little break in between. A lot of bikes out today. Yeah, don't get cramp in the legs or anything, even though the pegs are up quite high. That was quite a stress-free ride, I would say. Yeah, stress-free, stress-free ride. Handle's nice, brakes work fine. The only drawback is now that KTM have got 25%. I think they've shut all the dealers in the UK, and absolute zero parts availability if you need them. And of course, aftermarkets bits, they're practically impossible to get. Yes, what are my dislikes? Very few. Fuel consumption 32 to the gallon. Go on then. And what else? 32 to go and dislikes. That's about it, really. Can't see much out the mirrors unless you bring your elbows in. A lump of wood in the road. But at least when you pull your elbows in, you can see see what's coming behind. The Ducati ones were just a blur. The other thing, I still haven't got used to how slow it goes in top gear. Look, 27 mile an hour and 6 in top gear. You'd have to be in bottom on the Ducati. Instead of looking at the rev counter, I just listen to the revs and think, oh, I should be changing up now, where I would be on the Ducati, but I'm already in top. Well, yeah, one thing that's a pain, the bottom yoke on the forks. It's not got a hole in it, it's solid. So you can't use a headstock stand unless you get the genuine Ducati one, which has like a little paddle on it. At great expense, of course. My advice is don't get old, because all your friends around you are either ill or dying, and the ones that you thought were friends have not been in contact. So good job I've got the bike, a stress-free bike, not like the Ducati was getting me stressed out as well. So yeah, nice stress-free bike to relieve the tension. I find the build quality on here, like the connectors and such like, are of premium quality. But there again, you do have to pay 3 times as much for them. Oh, the burger van smells nice. Yeah, like the tank hose connectors are not those horrible plastic things that break when they get old. These are metal ones that you push a little slide in and pull the connector off, and there you go. Absolutely brilliant idea. And all the electrical plugs are, I don't know, seem thicker and more solid. Well, my friend decided not to go, although his entry had been accepted. He decided not to go to the TT this year. So I think he got COVID. Well, you stay there, mate. Bloody farmers. Yeah, he's decided he got COVID last year after going. So this year he decided not to. But he's been doing some races out on the continent. Because they're paying people, and I don't know what series it is, but it was in Germany, and his R1 threw a rod, and the oil caught fire. What a mess, mate. There was a faff on. They couldn't get to the bike because the race was going on. They couldn't run across the track. They wanted him to lay it down. He says, no, I can't lay it down because of the fuel tank. Anyway, they eventually got it out, but made a right mess. There you go. Look, I'm trying to go up a gear at 60, which is where I would be going up on the Duke, that I'm already in top. So yeah, made a right mess with it with the powder. The sun is up there, but a lot of high cloud. Might cheer up this afternoon. So they reckon it's cheaper to buy a second-hand engine than it is to rebuild the one. But got the hole in. And I thought Yamahas was supposed to be bulletproof, but obviously not. So why did I go and buy an old 20-year-old bike for? Mainly because lack of electronic aids. Anti-wheelie, slide control, traction control is all done with that little righty handy. Nobody will be able to ride an old bike soon. They'd be so reliant on electrics, and it's such a fuck on when they go wrong. And expensive as well. There's too many sensors and all this other gubbins to go wrong with them. Plus they all seem too big, nothing coming. All too big and tall and heavy for me, being a little stumpy-legged person. 79 years of age and only weighing 11 stone. or 11.5 stone with me gear on. Yeah, now I've backed all the suspension off to the minimum amount of preload and damping and things, and then went up a couple of clicks on each, and it's fine. Front forks only go down 3/4 of the way. Back end absorbs the bumps now. I think it had been to a suspension tuner when it was first bought, so I don't know whether they put heavier springs in, or whether he was a fat guy. Were certainly heavier than me anyway, because all the adjustment was practically up as hard as it would go. But it now rides nice. This is where I had my puncture. Lovely old bridge, this, with the arches, which you can't see. County of North Yorkshire. Welcome to Richmondshire. Somebody else going in, look. Yeah, replane coming into land. There's Doug the sound man. Take this off. Off. Of course the battery run out on the GoPro, so we just stopped here. Nice little pull in to change it. So have a look around the bike. Be 20-year-old in a couple of months. So somebody just went by admiring it. Yeah, so I've had it a year now. So I'm very pleased with it. Much more confident riding this than the blooming old Ducati mine. So once we got the suspension set up right to my weight, and it was fine then, and the misfires more or less sorted. Still running a little bit rich, 32 to the gallon, but there we go. We'll go and see what this says over here. Right, up here is an old Roman bridge which we always go over, but you never stop and see it. There may actually be some Roman ruins here as well. The toilets as well, supposedly, according to that little notice back there. What was there, look? We'll go in there later. Well, I never knew that was there. When you get off your bike and have a look, it's surprising what you find. Supposedly a bit of a fort and toilet block. I guess this wall all the way along here was part of the fort as well. We'll get to the end here and it's private. Giant hogweed, you did want to be catching hold of that. That's the George coaching in over there. Yeah, there we go. Shame you're not allowed down there. Only fishing people. It's Pierce Beach Roman Fort. The fort that was built in 260 AD. Much later than other forts along Deer Street. The fort was possibly named Morbium, and most of it now lies beneath the village green and surrounding houses. It appears to have been occupied in some form until well beyond 400 AD, and it would originally have contained the headquarters HQ, the commandant's house, hospital, granaries, workshops, barracks, bathhouses and stables. Well, there you go. I'll get back to the bike now. Bit of a squeeze. Yeah. I never knew that was there. Surprising what you find when you get off your bike. This is a bit of the old road that I'm on. That caravan's going my way by the looks of things. Oh, and that hay wagon. Better put the visor down, otherwise I'll have straw or hay in my face. They also stopped racing for a few minutes. I would say probably 10 minutes, I should say. Because of the cloud, it keeps the sound level in, and although they pass scrutineering for sound level, when the cloud comes in like it did, it amplifies it somehow. It seems to keep it in, and everybody was well over the 105, is it? 110 decibels. They were all around about 105 in the morning. I don't know why that does that, because it's pretty flat. It's not as though it's in a bowl and that keeps the sound into the bowl. But bit of a fight going on. He's asking to get run over. Check to see what's coming. 2 cars and a wagon, and then another car. Oh crumbs, another 2 cars behind that. And a white van. That's good.